Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now today we're going to be talking about WutheringWaves. Now this game has been out for I think a month now, and I've been playing it, and I want to just make this video a short review of this game. I played Genshin Impact since launch. I kind of wailed on Genshin Impact, and around maybe Sumeru I decided to just stop because the game is not for me, right? I spent around probably $6,000 on Genshin just because of the weapon banners. That amount should be just half, not around 6,000. I know that's a lot of money, but it was my first gacha game. I did kind of like all out, and but as soon as they're not really adding any end game to it, I felt that, and a lot of people complain about the end game of Genshin, which is non-existent. Let's be fair. I also felt that too, and at first I was like really happy with Genshin, exploring. The story is okay, but I wish Paimon could, change voice actors. I'm using the English VA, but when I saw this game, I also played Punishing Gray Raven. Not a lot. I did spend money there too. I didn't really wail. Probably I spent about maybe $400 on Punishing Gray Raven, which I will probably do a video here too as well. But when I was playing Punishing Gray Raven, I was really impressed with the end game. They have like so many things there that they made the end game, because that game is pretty much just combat. But Punishing Gray Raven has like a few things. For example, really attractive character designs, although the color combinations could be a bit more colorful, I guess you could say. But the art style is pretty nice. I do like it. It kind of reminds me of Arknights. And one thing that I know about Kuro games is that they make combat really good. Also, the end game. So far, the end game here in this game is not there yet, but it's gonna come, right? And it's gonna be pretty hard. But I'm not gonna wail anymore on any gacha game, although I will spend money here on WutheringWaves. Just buy the battle pass and the monthly Welkin Moon. I don't know the name of the $5 thing here, but I will buy that. And sometimes I would probably load up, maybe spend $100, hopefully not 300, to get a character. Now, unfortunately for me, it took me $150 to get Yinlin. I was able to get the Jian, right? I was lucky to not lose the 50-50 and get him. Pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, I lost the 50-50 when I was trying to pull for Yinlin, and instead I got a constellation for Kalcharo, so he's C1. Really painful. But when I got Yinlin, there was like 2 5-stars. I was able to get what's her name? Encore too. So pretty happy that I got 2 5-stars on that. Although I don't really know which order it was. No, it's probably, I'm guaranteed on the next one, because if I got Encore and Yinlin was guaranteed, so probably like Kalcharo, Yinlin, and then I got Encore. So guaranteed on the next banner. I'm gonna wait for Changli, and I'll probably put a pulling video here. But for now, we're just going to talk about the review for this game. That's a pretty long introduction, but I'm going to keep it short, going to keep it simple. As a player of Genshin Impact and player of different games, right? And an artist as well. Like I'm a graphic artist. We're going to be extinct, right? AI is going to take over us, the graphic design department or career. This game looks pretty okay. I'm still gonna put Genshin on top in terms of environment design, right? some environment like this looks really nice, but I just felt, for example, this one, I'm gonna compare it to Lue. It just doesn't feel that memorable. You know, it's okay, but I think it's a bit muted. Not a lot of details going on. Not really busy. Doesn't really feel like alive. The music, that's another thing. The music doesn't really help that much. It's okay. It could be improved. They have some really good music, but not a lot. But there you go. That's my opinion on the environment. Even the environment on the map itself, like, it's kind of random. Some environment areas look really cohesive, like everything kind of makes sense, but a lot of things kind of like they just throw out some animals here for no reason, right? And next to it is that thing there. It just doesn't feel as thought out. I'm not really sure what the exact word, but it just feels not as polished as Genshin in some areas. I'm not saying all areas. For example, this one looks pretty okay, but it's pretty blank. But I think if this was in Genshin, oh, I can't go there. Maybe it's not a really good example to go there now. I don't really. Let's just go here. Just random areas here. But that's my opinion on the environment. However, there are some areas in this game that really stand out, that makes Genshin look like a previous generation game. Now, for example, this one, right? It kind of looks not that good. Like, you have there like a Coliseum, right? From the very far part there. You have like this floating train. I don't know if that's still working, but... And then on this side, it's post-apocalyptic view, and then we have a few more destroyed buildings and some puzzles here. It just doesn't feel. It's just like a mess, right? I'm pretty sure that it kind of makes sense because there's like but it just doesn't feel right. It's too small, and it's a mobile game, and there's some animals down there and some monsters. It just doesn't. If you play Genshin, it kind of makes sense a lot of times, but this one doesn't make a lot of sense for me. All right, see, but it's not bad. But if I'm gonna compare this to Lue or any areas in Genshin, it just feels a bit more not that professional, not that well designed. But there are places in the game that are absolutely stunning. I can't really remember which one, but hopefully we could show it here. It's somewhere here in the middle part of the main city. But, graphics can only take you so far, right? The most important thing, in my opinion, is the gameplay. And that is where this game excels. Now, actually, let me just talk about more of the graphics. Like I said, there are environments. The lighting in this game is kind of really nice compared to Genshin. I kind of forgot where the room is, but there is a room that when I was doing the story mode, that has like really good lighting. And I would try to find it and show it to you guys. But one thing that cannot be denied is the character models. Look at this environment. Lue has like a similar area in Genshin, but this looks pretty plain. Now, never mind. Let's talk about the character models. The character models for this game is absolutely amazing. All right, the animations as well. Like, it's probably wow, yeah, amazing, right? But it's comparable to Starrail, I think, which is more detailed character models compared to Genshin. But having played Starrail recently, the character models in this game looks better than Starrail. There is something about the character design, I guess, in the face, where this game, for me, looks a lot better. I can't really zoom in, but it just looks a lot better. It looks like pretty much a hand-drawn anime drawing compared to Star Rail. But so yeah, there you go. Like and the graphics for me, environment wise, I think Genshin is still on the very top. Meanwhile, the character models, I think this is on the very top tier. Star Rail used to have like better models than Genshin. It still does have better models, but I think this game beats it. Now this is the environment lighting that I was talking about earlier, that I was really stunned when I was doing the mission inside this room. I was like, wow, this looks like next gen. Unfortunately, the game doesn't really look like this 100% of the time, right? Let me just go here on the room, and there are more areas like this in the story, but it's not that important. The most important thing is the gameplay. Now, okay, so now for the gameplay. Now, I think a lot of people, if you watch reviews before, probably you already watch a lot of videos about this game. People are saying that the combat is great, and it is very good and very satisfying to participate in. And I'm not gonna go really sweaty and try to min-max every single fight that I can. I'm pretty casual right now. Like I just got burned out of playing gacha games in the past few years. Right, there was a point where I was playing 5 or 6 gacha games at the same time, doing daily quests over and over again. It just burns me out. Like I don't want to stress myself on finishing the Spiral Abyss. Like my account could definitely clear Spiral Abyss 12 stars on the maximum amount of stars on Spiral Abyss, but I don't want to. Like I just finish the floors, I just go one run, and whatever results I have, I'm okay. I'm kind of tired of it, and you should too. It depends. Like hopefully you guys are more responsible on like spending money on games, but yeah, let me show you the combat while talking here. I need to get some more of the echoes, which are the artifacts for this game. Pretty sure you guys already know that, but I'm looking for electricity and this one, fire, because I have those characters. So I still have like double chances remaining. So let's go here. It's a bit grindy, and that is to be expected. You don't really need to have like maxed out characters at the very start of the game. You only get a few pulls, primo gems. I don't know what the name for the currency here is, but like for example, this area is pretty bland, and that's a bit odd. Like I wanted to go here, and the nearest teleportation area is here, and I'm just gonna face a rock. Now I'm not really sure, maybe there's a different way of going there, but good thing there's a wall run. But I'm telling you that what you have here is pretty boring. Just a bunch of rocks and kind of bad design, bad position of the teleportation point, right? But that wasn't too hard because of the wall run. Pretty amazing, but they could add more detail here, or they probably put the portal or the teleportation device here on the top, so you don't have to run that on that wall. Let's do the combat. Now you could do many things, like swapping characters during the animation. I don't really do that too much because, like I said, I'm just a casual player now. I'm just gonna collect characters and that's it. I might do some character reviews, or like some, I'm not gonna be like researching that much. But if you wanna listen to someone talk about this game, then maybe you could subscribe and like the video. I'm gonna play this game for a very long time, but maybe cover Genshin as well. But I'm be honest, like I'm kind of tired of gacha games. I do enjoy them, but I hate the daily grind that these games have, and you just have to control yourself, right? During that animation where Kalcharo jumps, you could like swap out and like do another attack with another character, and both of them are gonna do the attack, right? You could do that and practice it, but like I said, I'm just gonna be a casual here. I'm just gonna press some buttons. It's definitely much harder than Genshin Impact. Like when I was playing Genshin Impact around this level, I didn't really die to enemies, but in this game yeah, I die a lot. Even without, like the same level. Maybe my artifacts are bad, but in general, the combat is more fun than Genshin. It feels like even the 4 stars in this game are 5 stars in Genshin standards. Now, and I have like really high expectations and trust from Kuro Games because I played PGR recently. There's a new character called Noctis, and PGR is pretty simple. Like a few buttons, some match 3, and you do an attack, and pretty fun. And they're able to do so many things with that new character Noctis. I want to get him, but like I said, like I'm gonna save for waifus, right? We're gonna go for the female characters instead of the male characters. But yeah, but if you are playing PGR, check that game out. I really like the character Noctis. I'm not really updated, but I have a pretty decent account in PGR, but I'm not really good at it anyway. But yeah, combat is amazing, and combat alone I think could save this game. Like I played multiple games before that. The only reason that I remain playing those games are because of the combat. To name a few, Diablo 3. I know Diablo 3 is kind of bad, right? That's like the usual opinion back then. But the combat felt really good. Even with the cartoony graphics, I know a lot of people hate it. Another game that has like really good combat and a lot of negative things is Black Desert, right? Black Desert has like amazing combat, a game that I still play to this day. But, the combat is so good that I'm able to play it over and over again. It's just that good. Which a game that I probably will cover here in this channel as well, because just a short history, or like the background. This is another channel that I made. I have another channel that is focused on a different game, but unfortunately, from what I've seen from other channels, if you change games, sometimes it just ruins the algorithm or maybe the image of the channel, that it kind of kills it. Now, I haven't really uploaded in that other channel for about a year now. So, I mean, I like making videos, and I decided to just make another channel. A channel that I could pretty much upload anything I want, like this one, like all the gacha games, Genshin, PGR, WutheringWaves. I tried Brown Dust too, and all other games. I also played Diablo Immortal. I know that's a bad game too, but sometimes you just have to care less and just do things. Anyways, that is the combat. I mentioned the sound. The sound isn't really that great. I feel that it could be much improved in the future. It's not really important. Like all these other things that I'm mentioning, other than gameplay is not that as important. The story is better. I really enjoyed the story, but I think in terms of tier on stories, I would put honkaistarrail at the very top, right? And then in terms of environment, I'm gonna put Genshin on the very top. In terms of character models, I'm gonna put this game. In terms of combat, I'm gonna put this game on the very top. And overall, I think this game is pretty much on the high tier, higher than Genshin, because Genshin has only one thing going for me, and that is the environment, right? The story in Genshin is pretty hit and miss. Like not all the story modes are very engaging. Some, you're gonna spend like 30 hours doing an Archon quest to get like 30 minutes of something interesting, in my opinion. Meanwhile, honkaistarrail has like some really good story. Maybe it's because of Paimon, right? So yeah, in terms of story, honkaistarrail, this one pretty good. The voice acting, however, is a bit questionable, right? But I find it really amusing and very fun. Yang, I know a lot of people kind of like tries to make fun of her voice, but I think that was intentional. I think the voice directors are like asked her to do it like that. So yeah. Also, the voice actor of Yin Lin doesn't sound that great, but it's just a minor thing. You know, I think in terms of voice acting, MiHoYo has like better voice actors overall, but who knows? I think they share the same. The voice actors are the same. There's a video of Tectone, I think, that was he was like doing an interview with the voice actors of this game, which I haven't watched yet. But yeah, like voice acting, the system here, they're not really pushing for you to spend. They pretty much copied Genshin exactly. You have like this banner here. It's kind of shameless, I think, to copy everything, including this shop, which is identical to Genshin. Like, you could at least change the UI a bit, right? A bit. You don't have to change it, but it's not trying to be different. But again, you know, like, why fix something that isn't broken? But I mean, as a graphic designer, I would just switch things up, kind of like what they did here. Just confusing, to be honest. They put the characters here on the right side, pressing R1 and L1. I'm using the controller because it's more comfortable for me. You know, I gotta like avoid the mouse and keyboard as much as possible these days. But yeah, in terms of the grind, they gave a lot of like energy at the beginning, like a ton of energy compensation, but it still doesn't feel enough. Like, I haven't really maxed out my characters here. I haven't even maxed out Kocharo yet, and I haven't really farmed the echoes yet. I'm using purple here, but all level 20. You know, with the RNG stuff, I'm not gonna go and try to max these out or min max them. Like I said, I'm just gonna go casual and try my very best to beat the game. It's a single player game, and yeah, that's another surprise. It's a single player game. They have like some co-op mechanics or events on Punishing Grey Raven, but whatever. I mean, overall, I really like the game so far. You know, it's very successful in my opinion, and hopefully, you know, more money comes into Kuro Games so they could like up the budget so that they could compete with Genshin, make better environments, hire better voice actors, I don't know, better everything. But the core things in this game are pretty much set, which is the animation, the character models, and the gameplay. The gameplay is the most important thing. And I think with this system that they have right now, we have like the 4-day, the burst, the jump, the air dash, the switching, the outro, intro skills. We have like a lot of things going on the game, which kind of like opens up a lot of character options. Like in Genshin, you have like a normal attack, charge attack, a burst, and a skill. And it's kind of like I mean, some characters have like different jump attacks, but you know, you could like not experiment or explore that too much. In this game, you know, you have like charge attacks on the air, charge attacks on the ground. For example, this one, you have like normal attacks on the air, right? Or you have like a charge attack on the ground. I mean, in the air, into the ground. You have like a charge attack on the ground like that. And, you know, they could make different things in this game compared to Genshin. But so far, Genshin, sometimes you switch a character and just use the burst and switch out. Actually, you just use the burst, use the skill, and then switch out. Kind of boring, but you know, for their latest character, Chlorine, pretty good, pretty decent. Anyways, I don't want to make the video too long. Hope you guys like the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I would post more WutheringWaves in the future and other gacha games. I hope you like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.